coming tonight, because as Cheryl said, if it wasn't for all of you, we wouldn't have a show. And so I really appreciate every one of you for coming, whether you're an artist or not. Thank you very much. I have to do some thanks. It's kind of like an award show. There's no music up here to wipe, you know.
Sue, will you hit that record button?
Oh, I'm sorry, I know.
That's all right. Yeah, from the mouse pad.
The mouse pad?
Yeah, hit the red button with the white arrow from the mouse.
Do it again.
Did you get it?
Technical challenge.
Okay.
I'll start again. So thank you everybody for coming tonight. Plastic Artists Association is excited to bring you the 57th National Mother Lode Art Exhibition. PAA is the oldest nonprofit art group in El Dorado County in continuous, operation since the early 1960s. Our mission statement is to promote the creative work of its members, provide opportunities for sharing ideas among artists, and invite public interest through a variety of visual arts events. This event is our largest of the year, and we thank everyone in PAA who helped to make it happen. I want to thank all the artists that entered the show, and congratulations to those whose work was accepted. We could not do the show, again, without all of you. I want to thank the City of Rancho Cordova, Cheryl Gleason, Curator and Art Director of the MAC, Andrea Medina, and J.R. Sturba, and to the Stellas Trio for tonight's music. Special thanks go to Donna Nelson, Linnell Phillips, Carolyn Cunningham, Jerry Litwin, Deborah Kelly, Sylvia Coleman, Roberta Bassford, Gianna Rothgett, Marilyn Jasowski, and at the bar, Judy Gustafson, and my ever supportive husband, Eric Leastone. He's at the bar too. Not drinking, pouring. So, thanks to Barbara Birch, last year's juror and judge, for recommending this year's judge, William Ishmael. And last but not least, thanks to William for accepting our invitation to be our juror and judge. I appreciate his artistry, knowledge, patience, suggestions, encouragement, and most of all, his humor. We had so much fun. Didn't we?
We did.
I hope you did.
Well, I did. Yeah.
William has been involved as an artist in the Sacramento arts community for 30 years. Details are printed in a handout that's at the desk in the foyer if you're interested. As he says, his main qualification to jury a show like this is that he has entered and been rejected from more shows like this than most And anyone who has been rejected that much has surely learned a lot if they were paying any attention. Thank you, William. It's all yours.
Thank you, sir. And I want to thank Barbara as well for recommending me, because this was a ball. And I want to thank Sue for her outreach, because the show is a super high quality show. And part of it is because Sue spent a lot of time ripping off other people's artist lists and sending those artists individual emails, in addition to the social media and all the usual channels. And it really solicited some amazing work. I mean, I've got ownership at this point. We got 400 entries. Wow. And I thought, well, it'll go fast, because I can just reject like 50 of them off the bat. That was not the case at all. So on a scale of 5 to 1, 1 being, there were like, everybody had 3, 4, and 5. It was really, the quality was amazing. So then it just got more worrisome from there. So we finally, because we can only do 130 in this space, that's what created. I mean, there were another 25 that, you know, on any other night should have been here, kind of thing. But there's a cutoff. So, and the same with the live jury. So that was extremely, extremely difficult. I came on 2 separate days, and I could only have 15 awards. So I had 15 tags, and I ran out of the 15 tags like almost immediately. so then it was a real sifting process. I mean, there's some pieces that, and I encourage artists who didn't get an award tonight to enter those same pieces in other shows. And I mean, the Voice of Experience, I've entered this, I have pieces that I really love, and I've entered them in multiple shows, rejected, accepted. You know, it's just the juror, what the juror sees, what the competition is. And so if you didn't get an award, that doesn't mean it's not like a terrific piece. I mean, there's a couple of crabs that I'm in love with. There's a couple of water over rocks that I'm in love with. There's some mushrooms I'm in love with. There's a picture of a photo of a school in Coloma that's fabulous. There's a guy with this guy. I love that. There's a guy with a fur piece on his chest that I love. But, you know, they can't get awards. So here's the awards. Ready?
But I forgot something. Can I do a technical thing? So we're going to have, William's going to discuss your piece, and then if you wouldn't mind, come up to about where William's standing. Carolyn will give you your award. The ribbons will stay with the pieces throughout the show, but you get to go home with a check tonight.
And cash it quickly, you never know about these.
No, we're very solvent. We're very solvent.
So good, believe me.
Checks are good. That's what they say. So, and the other thing is, when you come to get your award, you've got the opportunity to say 2 sentences about your work. I don't want to hear your life story. I don't want to know when you went to school. Just, you know, I don't want to know your hardships as a child. Just like 2 sentences about your work and what inspired, and whatever you choose. And if you don't want to say anything, that's okay too. Okay?
You ready?
Yes.
Let's see if I can work this thing.
All right.
Oh, I did it.
Oh, that's great. So this artist calls this bent paper 2. I call this light, and so I have nicknames for all of them, I think. I call this light and shadow, because if you see it down there, what it really does, I think, is play with the light and shadow. And the composition is so great because there's this line coming here, and then there's this opposing line there, and then there's these radiating here, and then, I mean, it's just, your eye just moves around, and the light and shadow is just so beautiful. Okay.
Okay, so here we are. Okay, so this is for the Placerville Arts. Well, thank you. Placerville Arts Association 3rd place award, Irene Yeasley. Irene, are you in the room? And this award is a $100 prize.
Because my question to you is, what's the most difficult part technically of this piece? Yeah. I mean,
Irene, come to the microphone or we won't catch you on the video and we'll
Sorry,
lose
Irene.
all your wonderful
I'm
words.
just looking at it going, this was hard to do. You know?
Yeah, it was hard to do.
Right.
I don't know what the hardest part was. I just can't, materials are what really inspire me, so I just love putting them in different places. And I think that I had one piece that I really liked a lot, and I've been folding a lot of paper, so my studio is full of folded paper. But I started with, I think it was this piece right there, and then I had to figure out what to do next after that.
We all know that drill. Sue, did you want to explain why Placerville Arts Association is a category?
Yeah, thank you, sorry. I'm glad to have you here. Can I have you every year? So Placerville Art Association, we host the show, and what Linnell had the bright idea a couple years ago, Linnell, our president, that we would have special awards just for our artists members. A lot of organizations will, like when you had pay your entry fees, it's $20 maybe for the general public, but for artists it's less. That, I think, if I'm correct, Linnell became a counting nightmare, right? So we just decided just to have special awards just for our artists. But you can become one of our Placerville art associates when you enter the show or when you bring your art in. So that, we have 3 of those, and that was the first one. Next, we'll go on to honorable
I
mention.
have to back up.
Yes. Oh, so this one, the official name is Mario Stella. My nickname is Guy with a Squirrel on his head. So what I loved, one of the things I loved about it, it's super well done, but it's like, it engages you right off the bat. Why does this guy have a squirrel on his head?
I know the story, Lance.
And why, well, I know there's an answer to the story.
Yes, I found the story. I emailed the artist. Oh,
Yes.
okay, sorry, I didn't tell you, I meant to.
Okay.
Yeah, tell me things in my head. So Vanessa Cowell is the artist, and she drove 8 hours from down south Riverside County to be here to drop the painting off. So she couldn't come today. And I said, we're curious about this painting. Why the squirrel? So Mario is the man, and he's one of the life models in her drawing class. And he's kind of a homesteader, she said, and he loves animals. She considers him the St. Francis of Assisi in where she lives, in wherever I told you. Riverside, wherever it is. And he said this squirrel was knocked out of the nest, and Mama didn't take it back. So he nurtured it and took care of it until he released it. He would bring the squirrel to the life drawing, and so she asked if it, and he named her Stella, and she asked if it was okay to paint him and Stella, and he said yes. The other wonderful thing is when and if the painting gets sold, a portion of the profits is going to Riverside Food
Yes, I
Bank.
have to go.
She's not here tonight.
Oh, but it's a great story, and thank you. But not knowing the story, it's still a great painting, because it's like, why is the squirrel? And why is the squirrel have a halo? And there's a halo around the squirrel.
Because she thinks of him as Francis of Assisi.
Oh, she thinks of him as
Yeah, not the
perfect.
squirrel.
It makes total sense. Yeah. Well, how much is it? Oh, whatever. Well, that's later.
I don't have the price.
Okay.
So she won honorable mention, that's another $100 award.
Okay. Oh, this is so much fun. So I looked up Muyani on the internet, and it didn't help me out at all. So if Michael White comes up, I'd love to hear.
He's not here tonight.
Oh, he's not here. Well, we'll never know, I guess.
Let's make something up.
If you go to Urban Dictionary, you could go down a rabbit hole. But this is not a very good picture. In actual.
It's over here, right there.
Oh, well, duh, good. So this is great, because you can see the depth and the composition that and once again, your eye flows with these diagonals and these angles, and he's created depth among and between all the white spaces. And it kind of, to me, glows. It has a real energy to it, a real positive energy. So that's why I chose it. Okay. So he gets $100. Okay.
Sorry.
Did you skip one?
Yes, you did.
I did. I'm trying to get back again. No.
How does she go back?
Reverse arrow.
Lower left corner, arrow.
That's what I'm doing.
That wasn't it.
I won't be helping any further.
I am doing lower left, and it's not.
I'm coming.
She's our tech person.
Save us all.
Bring the IT person in, reboot.
No.
Oh, God, no.
Doesn't want to go backwards.
It wasn't just me.
Now you went forward.
Right.
We're gonna make it do it, you know that.
Now we'll make it do it. She's our tech.
Right.
There we go. We just had to hit the escape.
There you go. So this is listed as digital painting, printed on fabric quilting. This needs a close-up look when you go see it. The quilting is really amazing, and it's a quilted applique piece, and the stitching echoes the design.
Look at me.
Yes, we made it. We got backwards.
Like this one.
And I love the theme. Joe Belisari's here, and I know he loves this theme because it's astronomy and it's the birth of worlds, and it's, oh my God, your imagination can just take off with this piece. Is Robin here?
Thank you. Well, this truly was my pandemic quilt. It took me 15 months to paint digitally at full size in Photoshop, and then to have it output and do all that elaborate quilting. And basically, I'm inspired often by Hubble images. I've been a space artist for most of my life. But it became something so much more during the pandemic, and to me it was a bubble of light over the darkness that was going on everywhere.
Yeah, great story. Thank you. Oh, this is Pleasantville Arts Association member again. This is second place in that category. And interestingly, so this is Louise Vindora. Vindari.
Okay, I'm
Okay,
sorry,
so-
I'm so in that fire.
Vindari? Is that you?
Vidari.
Vindari?
Vidari.
That's you?
Yes.
Oh, good.
Don't make me talk.
Okay.
You talk.
I'll talk.
Hear what you have to
Well,
say.
so here's what I'll say.
Okay.
So when I did it, so she submitted two,
Yes.
and I both got in. The other one was my favorite when it was online, but when it showed up here, this grabbed my heart. This is, I mean, the rhythms, the shapes, the textures, the depth of the forward. I mean, and your eye stays interested in this. Your other piece, I love, but this is a more interesting composition. So this is digital print on aluminum, what, Photoshop or?
Come on up.
Go talk about it, Louise.
She said she didn't want to talk.
She's gonna come talk about it. You asked the right question.
I'm a photo artist, so everything I start with is photography. And to be truthful, I got a wild hair one day, and I went out to Pottery World because they always have these interesting things around all over the place, and I just took pictures of everything in the store for decorating. And I started working with these mirrors, and I did a whole bunch of mirrors, and I just layered them on top of one another, and then I added more texture in. So this is texture that I added in, and then I'm wild about color, so I added some color into it too. And I'm so excited to be here. I gotta tell you, this is my first year out in art and being seen in the world, and to get a second place, I'm honored.
I think you got a picture.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I want to.
You don't want to leave without this.
Oh, yeah. How
Come
about
get
this
your money.
thing?
I don't know.
This is just an envelope.
So I didn't mention this at the beginning, but the other thing I think makes this a quality show is it's a rich show. I mean, I've entered shows where first prize is $100. First prize here, or best in show, is $500. That's like an incentive, a big incentive. That'll spend, you know, a couple of days in an art store. I know, you have that habit, don't you? You go there, and next thing you know. Yeah. So this is, what's this? Award of Merit. So this is $200 for, and this is John Angel. Is John here tonight?
Yes.
Yeah, we do. So, yeah. So John won a prize for one in this genre at the Pence Slice Show.
It got in, it didn't win.
Oh, it got in, because I saw it there. I was in that show, and we chatted. So I know this is his brain. This is his brain on drugs. No. No, so I'll let him talk about it. But this is a very personal piece. It's in caustic, right? Photo encaustic makes me. John?
Hey, John.
talk about this, I always start with, my wife sleeps better than I do. She's standing right over there. This is meant to kind of represent the thoughts that pass through my mind as I'm trying to go to sleep. And they are very personal. It is my brain. This middle black and white, I always say is my favorite family picture because I have 4 siblings, and that's when I was an only child. That's my grandmother. The last time I saw her on the far end. That's my mom, I think before I was born, because she looks relaxed and happy. Places I've been, things that I've seen. So some of these things keep me up, and some of them help me get to sleep. Random thoughts.
Oh, it's here. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry.
Another award emeritus,
Thank you.
congratulations, John.
All right. Okay. I mean, you can't get much more personal than putting your brain on it. So one merit is Heidi here?
I don't know if Heidi's here.
Oh, okay.
I think Heidi is here.
So this is ceramic, clay. And one of the things I love about this piece is it's very well done. It's a very subtle gradation. It's got these eggs or something at the top, so it kind of makes you think, what is that at the top? And it's only about this tall, but it seems like a maquette for a monumental piece in a sculpture park somewhere. I mean, I can see this amplified, 100 times taller. It would be wonderful. Yeah. It's wonderful as it is, but it's got a future as a big piece. So that's it. And she's not here. How much is it?
It's also another $200.
$200. Is Kat O'Donnell? She's here. She's out of the room. She's out of the room, okay.
I'm the assistant.
You are? And husband, okay. So I love this piece. It's just wild and crazy. And she did it without any thought about who's going to buy this and where would they put it. Because you bought it? Well, why not?
On the truck.
Right. He'll load it for you. No, it weighs 1,000 pounds. And it's awkward and all those things, which makes it even more wonderful because it's wild and crazy. It's a gigaw, which gigaw means something that's beautiful and completely useless. And you can't get more useless than this, but it's beautiful. And what I want to see is Kat's studio, because to do this, she had to select from a big pile of stuff. So that means there's a pile of stuff somewhere that's probably taken up, at this point, half the house, all right?
Tonnage.
Tonnage, right.
I could go on too long. I'm the talker, she's the one out of the room.
She left on purpose, so yeah, I see.
You come up and get her award.
Yes, I do.
Right, get her award, yeah.
Yeah, the guy who unloaded the truck.
Right.
All those parts got attached by me.
Do they?
Yes.
So, well, you're the guy then, really. She just says, attach it here, right?
She tells me what to do and I do it. Every good husband should do. Yes, dear, whatever you want to do.
Well, happy marriage. It's so cool.
So the next award are sponsors.
Oh, okay. You want to explain?
Yeah, do you want to give your So the next 3 awards are sponsor awards. Anyone can sponsor an award. And we have 3 of them this year. So the first one is the Anita Wolf Award, sponsored by PAA artist Joyce Martin. I'm going to read you a little bit about each of them because Joyce will be sponsoring this award next year as well. So think about what you're going to do by the definition and what Anita was about. So Anita Wolf was a nationally recognized American Impressionist master painter who worked in a loose and expressive style with a special love for vibrant color. She was known for her work in oil and pastel mediums with subjects including portraiture, still life, and landscapes. Anita painted and instructed served as judge for art exhibits, lectured, and contributed her writings for articles in books and magazines. She taught seminars throughout the United States and presented a special program for the National Arts Club in New York. Her work has been featured in museum exhibitions, galleries nationwide, the Pastel Invitational exhibit at, okay, here's the French, at Palais Renault in Lille, France, at the Pastel Society of Canada, and at the Pastel Society of England. She studied with the great Russian colorist Sergei Bongart, Robert Brackman in Connecticut, Rex Brandt in Italy, Frederick Taubes in New Mexico, and with 8 noted pastel artist teachers in London, England. Anita continues to be an inspiration to the hundreds of students she mentored. She has been quoted as saying, "A painting should be created with soul." And then the award winner is Marie Gonzalez.
So the way this works is, for the sponsored awards, they come in, the sponsor comes in, and they choose a grouping that meets their criteria. And then as a juror, you choose from that group the one you consider the best. And this was, in my view, the best in that group. Unfortunately, because an artist can only get one award, it cut you out of an award for the Red Rock.
The Bryce Canyon.
Bryce Canyon. So the Bryce Canyon is, take a look at it, it's a fabulous pastel, it's incredible. I mean, this one and that one show that that Marie's got an incredible mastery of pastels, because they're hard to do.
Like we said earlier, Sue has invited me last year, so thank you. I think she found me through the KVIA art auction.
Probably I stopped that list.
And this award means a lot, because I've heard when I got married and moved here like 14 years ago, I heard Anita Wolf's name over and over and over. So it's kind of special to get this award. Thank you.
How much is in that check?
You keep asking me.
$100.
Huh?
$100.
$100, okay, all right.
Do you want to get your drink? The next sponsor award is Matt Sugarman Award. This is sponsored by his wife Molly and his daughter Elizabeth Kennitz. As a young man, Matt Sugarman spent his Sundays in the New York Metropolitan Art Museum, losing himself in the many forms of art form found there. As superintendent of Marshall Gold Discovery State Historic Park, he gave others the opportunity to enjoy art as much as he did by establishing the annual Art in the Park event. As a state park ranger for many years, Matt was keenly aware of his role as steward in the natural, historic, and cultural resources of the Gold Country. He was particularly mindful that many people contributed to the richness of the area, not just those who came after 1849. Matt admired creativity in all media: fabric, metal, clay, stone, oil, wood, ink, watercolor. This award extends his thanks to those who create and preserve the heritage of the Gold Country. And this is, oh sorry, I'm taking it back. And this award, Molly and Elizabeth sponsored this award at $150.
Is Janice here?
Yes.
Okay, welcome. Because one of my questions is, I didn't know what UPO paper
You don't know
was.
what UPO
I do
is?
now, because I ordered a pad on Amazon, because it's,
Yeah.
but that's, I mean, that's a technical thing. What I love about this painting is this guy has a story. I mean, you can just, when you look at it, you think, what's he thinking? What has he experienced? What's he getting ready? If you ask him the right question, what would he tell you? That's what I love about this.
Oh, after talk.
Yeah.
Well, this is a man I met in Columbia National Park, which is an old gold rush town. So, yeah, so interesting. And UPO is very difficult. This is about the second thing I've done on UPO. And it was hard to finish because if you disturbed one part of it, you have to do the whole area over again. So anyway, yeah, so I appreciate the award. I'm very happy.
It's wonderful.
That award is sponsored at $150. We have one more of these, and this is the Joyce Bonson Award.
You need to move the slide. We didn't train William. Oh, he did it. Yay, good work, William.
Isn't that a good job? Thank you, Lynn. Joyce Bonson was a juror for one of our shows at the Harris Center at Folsom Lake College, and rather than take her honorarium, she donated it to create the Joyce Bonson Award. Joyce started her career at age 12 with instructions in oil from the prestigious Longwood Academy in Chicago. She later earned her Master of Arts degree from San Jose State, and after taking various watercolors workshops in Europe, she finally found her special niche and progressed to fiber art, creating a variety of watercolor printed clothing in both silk and cotton. Her works have been exhibited at the de Young Museum, San Francisco Awards from Cal Expo, Los Gatos Art Association, and Santa Clara Art Club. A watercolor rendition of Old Town Los Gatos won her the promotional advertising for one of their art shows. She was also a winner in the National Costume.com competition in wearable art. And Joyce is still with us. She's 98 years old. And the award goes to
Sandra Olson.
Sandra Olson.
Is Sandra here?
Come on up, Sandra. Come on up, Sandra.
Sandra's shy. Oh, no, there she
This
is.
is $100.
$100, okay. So what I love about this is your brush strokes. It's very expressive. I mean, you get the sense of storm brewing, absolutely, but your brush strokes are so dynamic, and the foreground is so dark, and the background is so light. It's wonderful, wonderful composition.
Thank you for the award. I guess just a couple of things. I just love nature's temperament and trying to capture that no matter what. And I always try to capture the little bit of light from the dark. So I'm a tonalist painter, and you can barely see some of the buildings. That's what I mean. If you go up, you see the light. I love that. That kind of mystery. And I think I have an allegiance to William Turner. Way back.
I can see that.
Yeah. So thank you.
Okay. First place, classical arts. So you can see everybody sees what attracted me to this is the play with the light. Candy did a fabulous job of capturing that sparkle, both in the stone and on the reflections on the surface. It's just, I found it mesmerizing.
Candy's not here tonight, but she was thrilled and honored that she received an award.
Okay, great. All right, now we're into the Award of Excellence. So, do we have a drummer? Don't we do a drum roll at this point? Oh, there you go. Okay, very good. So the picture doesn't do this. You've got to see it downstairs. Henry entered two got in, and they're three-dimensional. These are dowels that come out, and everyone is perfect, which is impressive in itself. And it creates a curved three-dimensional space. Both of his do. This one I just found particularly I found it more interesting than the other, but the other is fabulous too. These are curved spaces, and then you place with the color and the space, and it's just it's incredible. It's so impressive. I couldn't do this in 1 million years. So there's that. So Henry, do you want to say anything?
First of all, sorry for my good English. Okay. My art is geometric and dynamic. I try to combine different materials and color with the light, produce movement. The painting are not static. When you move around the painting changes. Is the idea. Thank you very much. Thank you.
$300. It's so wonderful. Please do take a look at it, though, downstairs. So, good Lord. So, widow party. Now, is Valerie here?
Yeah.
You're here, okay. So this is a terrible picture, I think. Look at these downstairs, because this woman in particular, I mean, I'm kind of in love with her. And because she's got a smile, but you can see in her face she's had a really hard life. She's seen things and done things and suffered through things. And yet, she's got a smile on her face. And this, I mean, but the fact it's widow party makes me think this is a woman. I thought it was her husband, but no, it's a woman with a pipe. So she's got this pipe that's like calming her, but she's also got that same life experience look on her face. And it's one of the best captures of that past turmoil that I've ever seen. It's fabulous. Okay, Valerie.
Thank you. I really like expression. Someday I'm going to make beautiful people, but right now I like to make very expressive people. The thing that inspired me in this piece, okay, now we take the emotional roller coaster ride. There's a Tibetan saying that grief and deep grief carve your cup out for greater joy. And it was something that I read when my mother was dying. And Widow Party suggests that there is joy after grief. And that's my inspiration. So thank you for acknowledging the work.
Go on. What bar are we going to? Just asking.
The Award of Excellence is our $300 prize.
$300. So this is Carrie Warner. Anyway, so this is, if you've seen downstairs, it's huge. It's huge and it's great. And it's a collage, and I'm not like typically like a huge fan of collage, but I'm in love with this collage. The background has that embossed like wallpaper background, and then this lady looks so prim and proper. She's got her knees properly together and her skirt pulled so primly. And so if you block out her face, it looks like, well, this lady is just a boring person. Look at her eyes. She's up to something. And that is what's so engaging about this work. It's like, what's she thinking and where's she going and who just told her what and what's she going to do next? And I mean, it's just that kind of work. Carrie, do you want to talk about it? Carrie. $300.
Thank you. She is mainly made out of wallpaper and wrapping paper. And the background is texture, like wall joint compound to make the texturing on that. But thank you, I appreciate that.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about this next one?
Yeah. Oh, okay, so this is Juror's Award. So, let me talk about the piece first. So, this is graphite, right? Graphite on paper. It's unbelievable. I mean, the capture of the light in this, in the water droplets is incredible. And it's just, and Jeremy, has a second piece that's also incredibly technically well done and worthy of an award. It's just a man's face, just a man's face. Listen to me. It's a beautifully done man's face on graphite. But this water is just so technically difficult. It's amazing. And the reason this is a Jurors Award is because I screwed up. And I had things tagged, you know, and I had all the awards done, and I'm going back through checking, and there was one that had a tag, and I hadn't given an award. I didn't have the heart to bump anybody else, so I just gave my fee to the jurors for a Jurors Award, because this was so much fun, because why should I get paid to have this much fun? So Jeremy gets my what honorarium. Is Jeremy here? Come on.
Not really any cool backstory behind this. It's more so I was drawing for a while before it, and I wanted to challenge myself with doing something with water and doing something with focus. Part of it's out of focus and most of it's in focus, and that's where the name comes from, but also because of her facial expression. So it's kind of a mix of both of those.
That's it. Jeremy, how old are you?
19.
Jeremy's 19. Drum roll. Drum roll. There you go, best of show. This is such an amazing work. If you've seen it downstairs, or walk around it, because 360 degrees, no matter how you view it, it's got perfect rhythm. The symmetry, well, it's not symmetry, it's rhythm. It's how the two pieces interact with each other is perfectly done. And it's technically perfect. It's like, can it go outside, Thomas? It could? Outside? Can't you see this in a garden as a focus piece? Unbelievable. It's for sale, right? It's for sale? No, no, it's an amazing piece. Thomas, you want to come up?
Well, first thing I want to say is thank you to everybody at the Placerville Art Council and William. You guys are amazing. What Sue and Cheryl and everybody does here, we should be thankful there's people that support art like they do. It's really, my work is sort of a combination of abstract and figurative. I've never been a good enough artist in my mind to do figurative properly, so I have a weird abstract thing. And I was at a ballet once and doing these weird sketches, and a lot of my pieces came from that experience. I've been doing it for years, and these motions of people moving and the energy that people have moving around and coming in and out of these different complicated poses and dances, and I just thought they were amazing and beautiful. And this is actually a man and a woman coming out of a pose in the middle of a motion in a ballet dance, which I have no term of reference for what that would be called, but I just thought it was beautiful, and I've tried to use those sketches for years. So thank you guys very much for acknowledging me.
That's it?
That's it.
Why does she have more envelopes?
Oh, those are people who didn't come, so.
Oh, okay.
So I get to cash a check.
Right. Okay, thank you, Cindy.
I want to thank you all again for coming and everything. I'll get all emotional, start crying, but thank you so much for all of you coming. We're going to be here again next year. The call will start in June. You'll have till through September. I'll stalk you all and let you know. And thank you.